Hey Lanes family, this is Benton Palmer and today we're making my dad's famous pancakes for Sunday morning breakfast. I'm going to share my dad's famous pancake recipe for you today. The ingredients are important, so make sure you listen up. It's easy to remember the measurements because it's just a lot of 1, 1, and 1, but today we're making a double order, so we're going to go with 2 cups of flour. And my dad really loves to use the White Lily self-rising flour. This is a 1/2 cup scoop, so I'm going to go with 4. Make sure you run your whisk through it to remove any of the clumps. We're going to add just a little bit of salt to it and then whisk that in. Now we're going to move on to our wet ingredients, starting with 2 eggs. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil, a splash of pure vanilla extract. Now we're going to add in buttermilk up to about 2 1/4 cups. If you're using regular milk, you can stop at 2 cups. I'm first going to use my whisk to break up the egg yolks. Then I'm going to lightly mix this together. As my dad says, don't beat it to death. So we're going to pour the wet into the dry, kind of going around the edges with it. Then we're going to mix it together. And at this point, you're trying to find a good consistency. So I see that I need a little bit more milk because it's a little too thick. The thickness of your milk is really going to determine how well it mixes in and how much you need. So this is the batter that I'm looking for. You can see it's not lumpy anymore and it comes off the whisk nicely. This is my favorite pancake dispenser. It's also a funnel cake dispenser, but we're just going to fill that up with the batter. Now we're moving over to the griddle. We always start with whatever takes the longest to cook. So today we have the bacon going down first. I'm going to cook that over about medium heat. So I can go ahead and turn all my burners on to medium heat because that's what we're going to be using for almost all the ingredients. When we get to the eggs, we'll turn the heat down or completely off because we don't need a ton of heat to cook the eggs. We got some nice, fresh, thick-cut bacon from T&T Meats. And you need at least 2 strips per person. So I want some of the bacon grease left on the griddle, but I don't need as much as we have on here, so I'm going to use my bench scraper to remove some of that bacon grease. Now I'm just going to push it around so it's coating the whole griddle. All right, now I love this dispenser because you just pull the trigger and you can make them as big or small as you want. And we're going to go ahead and fill up the griddle with pancakes. We're going to do 2 different types of pancakes today. The first we're going to use is Lane's apple pie seasoning. And then on the rest, we're going to use some frozen blueberries. Use as many as you want. You'll see bubbles starting to come up and pop. You can see on these where the dark spots are, where the seasoning filled it in. That means they're ready to flip. We're gonna make eggs 3 different ways. One of my daughters really loves scrambled. So we're gonna have 2 scrambled, then we'll have 2 fried over easy and 2 fried over hard. Since the griddle's really hot, I'm gonna turn the burners completely off to cook my eggs, and that residual temperature will carry over. If it's not already super hot, just turn it down to low. You don't need a lot of heat for eggs. Get down a little bit of oil for your eggs. On our eggs, we're gonna go with Lane's SPG. My wife and daughter actually like the yolk of their egg broken. So we're gonna break the yolk and kind of smear it around. And we're gonna work these scrambled eggs. Now I'm gonna get the 2 over easy eggs flipped over. We're gonna go in from the side and scrape them up. Trying not to break that yolk, but sometimes it happens. These other ones flipped over. The scrambled eggs are done, so I'm gonna get those off first. Now the over easy eggs are done. And then the last ones are done too. I got my platter here, got some blueberry pancakes, my over easy eggs that I love, and some bacon, and it's time for that first bite. Dad's famous pancake recipe just hits different. Let's eat, y'all. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Griddle series with Lane's Barbecue. I hope you like these cooks and you learned a few things about how to make some great food for your family. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section. They will reply, or you can find me at Grill This, Smoke That on any of the socials. And I always love sharing things that you can cook for your family. I always respond to DMs and to my comments, so I'd love to help you out. You can find any of the products that we use today on lanesbarbecue.com, and I hope you guys have a great day.